Today's my dad's birthday, but my dad is dead. Doesn't get easier saying that. He died when I was 6 years old. And at 6, you start thinking about the obvious things that he'll miss. I knew he wouldn't be there for key milestones. So tell me why years later, 20-something years later, when my boyfriend comes to take me to look at engagement rings, I burst into tears. Suddenly, I'm not imagining those key moments that my dad is going to miss, but I'm living them. I wasn't just imagining my wedding day. I'm now stood in front of the person that I am going to marry one day when he asks me, knowing that he'll never be able to ask my dad for permission. When someone dies, you think you understand what's been taken. It's like having your house burgled. Like the first day you notice the big things that are gone, the obvious things that are gone. You're shocked, you're traumatized, but you start rebuilding again. Your house no longer feels the same, but you start putting things back together again. You learn how to live in that house again. And then one day you reach for something small, a family heirloom, some earrings that a relative gave to you, something, whatever it is. And suddenly it hits you and you realize that was stolen too. That's what grief does. You think you know the cost. And then years later, you realize that there's been more that's been taken from you. I knew people I love would never get to meet my dad, but I didn't expect that the moment that would really break me is trying to explain to him somebody that I love, trying to translate a whole person into a few memories. As an adult, I feel this deeper now because in the same way as I didn't ask too many questions about my grandfather to my mom, who passed away before I was born, my children are also not going to care that much about the man that I lost. And that realization hurts in a way that I never expected to. But it has pushed me close to my mom because now I ask about her parents. I thought I understood all the ways I was going to miss my dad, but grief is a funny receipt. You don't pay for it once. You pay for it over and over again. Sometimes on birthdays, sometimes in ordinary moments. This was one of my receipts of becoming, and I share this with you today because if you've also lost someone and you think, oh, I should be over this by now, that's unfortunately not how grief works. And I wish more people told me that because I wouldn't have felt so broken when I wasn't doing okay. Grief is the receipt you keep paying for. And if you know someone who's lost someone and you haven't lost somebody, ask them about them. Trust me, I know they want to talk about them. Ask them what they loved, what they liked. Grief is the receipt they keep paying for, and it often puts you in a deficit. Sometimes it leaves you feeling completely broke. And the only thing that ever really tops you back up is love. This was one of my receipts of becoming. Follow for more receipts.